In this class, you will start by getting the children to reflect on their locality and community. Seamie Shamrock is from Kilmurry in County Cork, but of course you can change the pictures and location to suit your own class. President Higgins features on the slides because he opened the local Independence Museum, Kilmurry. The idea of this class is to try and get children to reflect on their local village, town or city being part of something bigger, namely a country. The smallest country in the EU is Malta, and we get the children to find it on the map. The country with the largest population is Germany. Each country is part of a continent. By naming the continents and realising that they are groups of countries, the children also realise that Ireland is part of a continent called Europe. This is a really good introduction to the difference with the European Union. A continent is defined by its geographical position, whereas you choose as a country to be part of a club like the European Union or not. Switzerland or Norway, for example, have refused to come into the European Union. They are closely associated with it in different ways, but they're not member states. We then discuss why we created the club. Its first aim was to foster peace among countries that had gone to war twice between 1914 and 1939. 6 countries decided to start the club: France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium and Luxembourg. The idea was to create a de facto solidarity by small concrete achievements rather than a big ambitious political plan. By working together in small areas to start with, countries would become so intertwined that they would never go to war. This is why the first European community was all about coal and steel, 2 materials used to make weapons. If all 6 countries had to agree on their production, then no one would have any interest to go to war. This has worked well since the EU has been at peace for the last 65 years. It was acknowledged with a Nobel Peace Prize in 2012. The second part of this lesson is about getting the children to reflect on the positives and negatives of being in a club. They're all part of clubs, so they're usually very creative. We finished the lesson with picking fruit, representing countries of the European Union. Each fruit is delicious on its own, but when you put them all together, they make something new, namely the EU. The children like making the EU. It's a hands-on way for them to understand that the EU isn't like a fruit salad, an addition of fruit, but actually something which is more than the sum of its parts. And as Brexit showed, countries are so intertwined that it requires close to a chemical dissociation process to extricate one country. It's not as easy as picking the blueberries out of a fruit salad. I hope you enjoyed the smoothie.